Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I highlight and contour my face. This is more for like a evening look or a special event or something like that. I definitely wouldn't do this every day, and even every night I went out. This is just more if you've got like something special coming up and you really just want to look extra special. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. So if you want to see how to get this highlight and contour look, then just keep watching. Okay, so far obviously I've done my eyes and my eyebrows, and I've also primed my face using the Maybelline Baby Skin, and I've also put foundation on, which today I've used the L'Oreal True Match foundation. This is in the colour Golden Sand. Applied those using my Real Techniques buffing brush. So the first thing I do is I highlight where I want to highlight. The places you want to highlight is places you want to bring forward. So that tends to make stuff brighter, which is obviously under the eye, down the bridge of your nose, and usually on your chin and a bit on your forehead. So I use like a kind of like a brightening primer for that first before I put on the actual concealer. My favourite one is the MAC Prep and Prime, which is this one. This is in Light Boost. It looks like this, and it's come in a few different colours, so you've got to find the best one for your skin. I think Light Boost is just would go with everyone, and it really does brighten up underneath your eye area. Other alternatives that are a bit cheaper, I do really like this Revlon Photo Ready. They're calling it Eye Primer Plus Brightener. It looks like this, and it's a similar kind of thing. This is in the colour 03. Do you know what, I don't know if they actually had any other colours of this. Just says 03 on it, so they must do, but I didn't see any other colours. But it's probably the most similar, I would say. But I definitely like the MAC Prep and Prime best, so we're going to use that first of all. Which I hope I had a mirror. Okay, so you have something like this, and then to begin with you just want to start tapping that in with your finger. Once you've tapped in the majority, just take a concealer brush, and this is the E.L.F Flawless Concealer Brush, and just tap the rest of that in. Once you've done that, you just want to let that sit on your face for a minute. You don't want to go straight in with the concealer because you just want to give it time to just kind of not dry but just set in there. So I move then on to my cream contour. For that I use this Nars concealer. This is in dark one, which is Cafe, and it looks like this. So you want to pick one that is a lot darker obviously than your skin, like 3 shades darker maybe. You could go 2, it's just finding the right colour for you. I know there is a Maybelline Fit Me, the foundation sticks that do come in like a dark shade, which I have been looking to get to use instead of this because it's obviously quite expensive, but I just can never find it, it's always sold out. What you want to do with this is you're basically carving out your face to give it like some depth and some structure. So you want to put this like in the hollows of your cheeks, so just here. You can also use this to contour your nose if you want to. Obviously if you don't need to contour your nose, you don't have to do that, but I'm going to do that to show you. And also your jawline. You can also use this to contour your forehead, which I personally don't do, purely because I've not got a very big forehead, I don't think. No, I don't think I've got a very big forehead, but you're basically using this to create shadows. So obviously if you did have a big forehead, you would put some around the temples up to the hairline, because it would sort of give the illusion of a shadow there, which would make your forehead look smaller. So I don't do that, otherwise I wouldn't even have a forehead. So what you want to do is you're basically just going to, with the cream part, you're just drawing like the outline of where you need it to be. So I'll start with the hollows of your cheeks. You can find them by either or or if you struggle like that, you can actually feel it. It's like if you put your fingers down, you can feel there where it like dips in. Or if you still can't find it, you can get a brush, and if you roll it down there, you can feel where it is. It's usually from the top of your ear to your mouth. You see? So you've got your concealer, so you're going to draw on. Okay, so you have something like this. So this looks a bit scary, it's a little bit weird, but so with the nose part, you obviously, it depends what kind of nose you've got now, and you might not want to contour your nose. But for me, I just find my nose, especially the tip, is a bit wide, so I draw the 2 lines down here to give it some definition, and then just going straight up to just make it look a bit thinner, really. So to blend that in, I then use a small stippling brush, which looks like this. This one is the E.L.F small stippling brush. So you just want to blend that in, and what you want to do is where you've got this bit here, you want to blend that up, not down, because you want to keep this bit in between these two. You want to keep that bright. So you're creating more of a line underneath your cheekbone and blending up, which is going to give you that contoured look. Okay, so once you've blended that in the majority, you are still going to have like some bits you can see, obviously, but once we've put on the concealer and then blended it all and merged it all together, it will look perfect. You then want to go in with your actual concealer, the MAC Prolongwear concealer, which looks like this. I've almost run out. This one is in NW20. You want to go 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin, so it does want to be brighter than your foundation colour. Just want to, you're basically putting this everywhere you've put that first highlight kind of primer. So triangle under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, here and on the chin. So I usually just pop a bit of that on my hand. Eek. You don't need much of this like at all. With a MAC concealer brush, this is a 105. I just get some of that product and apply it under the eyes to begin with. So then you have something that looks like this. So once you've done all that, you just want to start tapping it in again with your finger. Once you've done the majority, you just want to go back in with that E.L.F flawless concealer brush that we used to buff out the actual primer. I'm going to go in with a cream highlight, which I like the Benefit High Beam. You can also use, which I do like, a drugstore one, is the Revlon Photo Ready Skin Light. This is a face illuminator, and this is in 100, which is Bare Light. So this is really nice too. I'm going to use the Benefit High Beam. You just want to dot that on your highest point of your cheekbones. You can also put this down the bridge of your nose, but for me, I'm quite greasy. Nice. I'm quite oily skinned, and especially on my nose. So for me, if I put it down my nose, it's just gonna make me just look so greasy. So I don't. If you've got dry skin or just normal skin, then definitely highlight down your nose. It does look really nice. I'm just gonna blend that in. So once you've done all the cream part, you then have to go back and set it all with powder. So if you don't, it's just going to get greasy, it's going to move, it's just not going to stay where you want it to be. So first of all, you want to set your whole face with just like a loose, translucent kind of powder. I'm going to use the E.L.F high definition powder, which is this one. I'm actually going to set under my eyes with this first, using a slightly smaller brush. This is the Real Techniques setting brush. And then going in with a large powder brush is the Sigma F30, all over the face. Okay, so once you've done that, you then want to go over your contour with a bronzer. So a matte bronzer is what you want. I do like the Nars Laguna bronzer, which is this one here. So that's the Nars one. Obviously that's a bit more expensive, but there's also this E.L.F, which is a contouring blush and bronzer kind of palette thing, which looks like this, which I swear this is like exactly the same, and this is like, in England, it's like £2, like really cheap. So I'm going to use this one today. To do that, I'm going to take that on this is an E.L.F small tapered brush. It's just like a small brush, like that. And then for your nose part, you just want to take a smaller, like fluffy brush, like this one. This is a Miss Photogenic, what are they calling this? Oh, they're calling this a crease brush. Any kind of just fluffy brush should be fine. And then take that same colour and just go over where you've gone. It's nice to join it into your eyebrows at the top. Don't worry if that's obviously right now, it's really not blended, but what I like to do is do the contour, the highlight, the blush, and then blend it all together. So next up is highlight. For that, my favourite highlight is the MAC Soft and Gentle, which is this one. I'm sure you've all seen it before. It's just a really nice neutral champagne-y kind of highlight. I'm just going to put that on with an E.L.F mineral powder brush. So again, just on the high parts of your cheeks. And then for blush, I'm going to use, this is by Milani, and it's called Coralina, which looks like this. Looks really bright there. It's actually pretty bright and they're really pigmented, so you don't need much of these, but I usually put quite a bit on and then blend it out because that's just the best way to do it. So I'm going to put that on with my Sigma large angled contour, which is an F40. So it goes contour, blush, highlight. Okay, so once you've done that, you just want to buff it all in with their large stippling brushes, the MAC 187. Buff it all in. Okay, so this is the finished look, guys. I really hope you liked it, and I hope it helps if you want to try out some highlight and contour but you're not really sure where to start. So I will see you next time. Bye, guys. I think I'm done. Bye. See you later. Miss you.